So in the tune-up for my serve, I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to do. I'm controlling direction and depth and spin and speed, but how can I actually measure my improvement? One of the first things to look at when you watch the pros play, they're about 70 to 80% of their first serves are in, probably 90% of their second serves are in. Now at our level of play, we may find that that's kind of high for match play situations. So maybe in a match, we're maybe at 50 to 60% of first serves in, and maybe 60 to 70% of second serves in. So that's for match play. But in practice then, my goal is to be much higher. So if I'm a recreational player, I'm looking to get maybe 90% of my first serves in practice and 100% of my second serves in. That way I can measure my improvement in practice. And then I can see my results from actually charting how many balls to get in out of 10. And I have a matrix there, a metric, so I can kind of measure my improvement that I'm working with all my different skills. So I'm using my metrics. I'm measuring the percentages of first serves I'm getting in and second serves I'm getting in using my spin and my speed. What I really want to measure though is how much is my game improving by the number of games I win. We know at the professional level the players win 80–90% of the games that they serve. At the recreational level that doesn't happen quite as often. We're more like 50 to 60%. And the reason that happens is the serve is probably the last thing to come around because we've learned a lot about ground strokes. And so the player's ground stroke's usually stronger than my serve game at this time. So what I'm looking for in my metrics is to see if I can start to win more games than I lose. And we're trying to get my percentage up from maybe 50%. And maybe a lot of times I don't even realize that I'm losing more games. But if I start to chart that, I can measure it again. I want to be in that 60 to 70% of winning my serve games to find out I'm really making improvement and really tuning up my game. So we've given you a way that you can measure your consistency in numbers of serves you're getting in and things like that. We've also given you a way you can measure your game improvement by number of games you're winning in your matches. But how do you practice those situations under pressure? Here's two of my favorite games. This one is I get a serve as long as I'm winning. So we play a regular service game like we're playing a match, and I make my serve and I play out the point. If I win it, I'm up 15-love and I get a serve again. So now I serve for the ad court. I serve, but I lose the point this time. So now I no longer get a serve. Now my opponent serves. So the only way you can score in this game is if you're the server. So it forces you to find ways that you can win when you're serving. It's a great game to really work on how to hold your serve and discover maybe what other parts of your game aren't holding up that doesn't allow you to hold your serve. Another great game to use is called 7-Up. When you umpire a match and you chart the matches, most of the time there's 7 points in a game. So in this game called 7-Up, I'm going to serve 7 points. At the end of that, I may be ahead 5-2, 4-3, or maybe even down 3-4, but play a total of 7 points. Now my opponent or my partner will serve 7 points. And we do it, play out the point, and we keep going back and forth. So the goal is when you finish it, each time you win the most of the 7 points, you win the game. And you can play a whole set like that. But 7-Up and the serve game are great ways to show improvement in your tune-up.